Hey everyone, this is Mike Howerton with Area 51, and we're going to do another driver development video. And this time, instead of a race line, I want to try to teach something that's just going to help you at every track. Kind of a general rule of thumb, general help tool at pretty much every track we go to, in any of the asphalt oval series. I think it's a universal, some universal tools across, that can be used across the board at all the oval asphalts, everywhere from probably the late models clear up to the A Open or A fixed A class racing. And what we're going to work on today is tire wear. And I want to show you a couple of tools and tricks to help you with your tire wear a bit, and to help you to reduce the amount of wear on your tires, especially your front tires. And so we are going to look at a couple of things here. A couple of things are going to be settings, and something else is going to be driving habit. So the first thing we're going to do to look at some settings that you can change that's really going to help your tire wear. We're going to go into the garage for one of them, and the other one we're going to go into the options. And the first thing we're going to show you guys is if you go into the garage here, and then you go to the chassis page in the garage, and just for this, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use the open setup, the iRacing open setup for the track that we're on. Currently, this is going to be Chicagoland. That's the track that's coming up today, and we'll start this evening for the first race there for the week. And we go to the chassis section of the setup folder. One thing you're going to notice is right here in the front, or in the top left, it has the front section here. We're going to look down about halfway to where it says steering ratio. And if you notice, most of the default iRacing steering ratios are set to 12-1. Also, a lot of you probably subscribe to the VRS service, and pretty much all of their setups are set to 12-1 steering ratio. And what the steering ratio does, the lower the number, so you could go clear down that if we take this, and you see here, we can click to 10-1, 8-1, and I think 8-1 is as far as you can go. And then I think you can go clear up to 16-1. And in general, the lower the steering ratio, what that means is the less you turn the wheel, the more your wheels turn in the car. So it's a direct relationship between this turning of your steering wheel and the movement of the wheels in the car. And so the lower the ratio here on the steering ratio, the less you have to turn your physical wheel that you're holding in your hand, the less you have to turn it to get the car tires to turn more. And just the opposite, the higher you go to the ratio, if you clear up to 16-1, that means you need to turn your physical wheel you're holding. You need to turn it more to get the same turn in the tires on the car as they touch the track. And what this helps in is that sometimes, if we use a lower ratio, such as 12-1, 10-1, 8-1, we accidentally turn our wheels a little bit more than what they may need to be turned, which creates extra friction. It creates extra friction and can wear, especially your front tires, a lot more throughout a race. And so what I would suggest doing is, if you can stand to go to 16-1 and that feels comfortable, that's probably your best option. That gives you the most precise control. When I say precise, I mean the more you move your wheel, there's a lot more areas, there's a lot more degrees, there's a lot more degrees of turn of your wheel to be more precise in your tire movement. Because you turn your wheel more to get your tires to move the same amount as what they would at a lower setting. I typically like to use 14-1. Sometimes 16-1 is a little much for me. I have a large wheel. I have a 33 centimeter wheel, which is rather on the large side. A lot compared to a lot of you guys who use, like, say, a G20, G29 or a G920 or the new G923s. If I recall correctly, those wheels are about 28 centimeters. So there's a pretty decent size difference between, 5 centimeters difference in diameter between the 33 and the 28 centimeter wheels. So if you're using one of the smaller wheels, maybe you want to go to a larger setting. But for me, 14-1 is pretty good. Like I said, if you can get to 16-1, that really helps. Also, if you're racing fixed racing, a 16-1 setting is a way to kind of make you think you've got a looser car than what you have, and it can also help in tire wear. The next thing I want to show after this is something that we're going to go actually out on the track and test to kind of show you the benefit of it, and that is the audio options. If you go into options and you go to the sound tab, okay. By default, I think everything's turned up to maximum except maybe the spotter, which is turned down. And you want to turn your spotter up so you can hear your spotter and your chat, so you can hear what people are saying, what your spotter's saying to you. So I have that left, but everything's pretty much turned up to maximum. And what we're going to do in order to help with tire wear is we want to turn everything except your spotter, your chat, and your tires down a bit. We're going to turn them all down to like -10 or 20. -10 is a good spot, -15. The master you want to leave up because that's your master volume, but say engine noise, you can easily take it down to -10, which is pretty much halfway down. And then we'll do everything else except tires and chat and spotter. So you'll go down to like -10 here, -10 here, and so forth. In-car noise, -10-ish, or maybe -5. Basically, we're going to turn it about halfway down. Some of them are -10, some of them are -5. And there we go. That would pretty much be it. But we're going to go ahead and turn it all the way back up so everybody can kind of hear the difference. And basically what you're doing is you're reducing all the other noise except your tires so that you can hear your tire scrub. And so you can hear the sound your tires are making to be able to tell the difference between getting grip and when your tires start to slide and start to scrub more. And so let's go ahead out on the track, and we're going to turn a few laps here. I don't typically, let me get out of here just for a second. I don't typically race on my monitor. I usually race in VR, so this can be a little different for me. But it's the easiest way. And let me get the field of view to about where my monitor should be. And then also I have some presets here that that I keep for the car. I zoom in a little bit for my my VR headset, and then we'll zoom out here for the monitor. So now I got my camera view set correctly. Let's get back in the car here. You'll see a big difference here with the proper field of view. We'll do another video on that one day. All right, here we go. So now I got the proper field of view, and we're in the car. On the track. You hear the engine noise is very loud. It may even be difficult to hear me speaking in a microphone with the engine noise up so loud. Kind of listen to the sounds here, and what you're going to notice is I could even barely hear my spotter right there call out my lap time. I mean, you're going to notice that you can't really hear anything over the deafening sound of the engine. It's pretty overwhelming, the sound the engine makes with everything turned up and the engine noise turned up so loud. Let's go ahead and come into the pits and let's go make a change to the sound settings to get the engine back down just a hair to where we can actually hear other things going on. I haven't driven with the engine noise up so loud in a long time. Let's, wow, let's go to here to the options now, and we'll go into sounds. And let's go ahead and do what I showed before. Let's turn the engine noise way down, about halfway. Go. The tires, leave the tires up all the way. Crashes. I mean, really, we just want to turn pretty much everything down to about halfway. In-car noises. Ambient noises. And we'll leave the spotter and chat up. So now what we're going to be able to hear is, first of all, the master's all the way up, and then we got the tires all the way up, all these other things at half value, spotter and chat all the way up. So now let's get back to the car and turn a few laps. And now we'll definitely be able to hear the difference. The engine noise is still there, but it's a lot less. It's not overpowering. I can kind of hear myself think even a little bit. Even right now, you can hear the tires a bit more as there's friction on the track. You hear the tires scrubbing on the concrete. Now you're going to hear some scrub. It's just going to take time. Once you get the engine noise down to where you can hear the tires, it's just going to take some time driving and getting used to, you know, what is proper, the proper noise versus how the pitch changes a bit when you're kind of doing excessive wear on the tires. There's definitely, you can definitely hear the tires scrubbing right there. And again, you're going to hear them scrub some no matter what. But if they get louder, the more you're scrubbing the tires and the more they're wearing, the sound gets louder and it changes pitches a bit. And if you have your engine noise turned halfway down and you still can't really hear the difference in the tire wear and how much it's wearing, then you can always go down and go and turn your engine noise down even more. Let's do one more lap here and then we'll come in and we'll take our engine noise down even more.
31.456.
Even right there, man, you can really hear the tires squeals as I slam on the brakes and really hit the brakes hard to get into the pits here. And let's go take this engine noise down even a bit more.
Go, man, go, 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 go.
Take the engine noise down to about a quarter. And we'll head back out in the car. Again, you can still hear the engine. But you hear how loud the tires were when I just spun out? Listen to this. The tires are a lot louder than the engine now. Significantly louder. You will really be able to hear your tire wear.
Minute 20.44.
This is pretty normal sounds for the tires. I mean, you can hear them a bit as they're going across the track. But if you really start to burn up your tires, I'll let you hear what that sounds like too. I want to drive in real heavy. Hear how loud they are as they scrub on the track. They kind of change tone a bit and get louder. I'll do it on this, in this corner too. I'm going to overdrive and drive in. Hear the scrub there? That's right there is using up a lot of tire. Now we'll take a couple laps with the normal tire sound.
.731.
then one last time we'll do a lap here and let you hear the kind of the harder tire scrub sound, the change in pitch, and the louder sound. That was a lot of tire wear, especially in the front tires there. And we'll do it again here so you can hear the difference. And the last little tip I want to show you while we're out on the track, this just take a second, is a lot of times guys really drive in hard in the corner and that really burns your tire. What you want to do is lift a little bit early and then kind of turn down in and pick up speed coming out. That's really going to help your tire wear as well on the front tires. But you'll be able to hear that in the sound as we got the engine noise turned down so far. We'll do one more lap and then we'll go ahead and come into the pits and wrap this video up.
31.681.
There's two things you can look at. And, when you're doing fixed racing, there's not a whole lot you could do. I mean, the setup's fixed. But iRacing does, even in fixed setups, allow you to change your steering ratio, clear up to 16:1. I like 14:1, but 16:1, if you can do it, is probably better. And again, the other thing that you can look at there is the sound settings here in options under the sound tab. I hope that... I hope this video's kind of helped you, maybe give you some more insight, but that's really the only way to get faster on long runs, is just to take care of your tires. I mean, obviously you need to have a good setup if you're running open. If you're running fixed, the setup is what it is, but that's really the tools that you have as a driver to really help you get better on the long run. Take care of your tires is going to equal tremendously better long run speed. And those two tricks and tools are a couple of the things that I use to really help my tire wear out and be really competitive on the long run. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, this is Mike Howerton with Area 51, and we'll see you in the next video.